Manipulation techniques, powerful tricks to control people's mind and influence human behavior. Written by Robert C. White. Narrated by DMS. Chapter 1. Understanding the Intricacies of Body Language. Just as you have turned to this book to boost your body language, so many companies and organizations have turned to behavioral scientists and psychologists to find out what makes people act the way they do and how body language operates. So let's attempt to use their results to some extent and start with a very easy query. What is body language? Body language is the way we interact with our bodies in a non-verbal manner. This definition may be inaccurate because, usually speaking, body language is not taken to include open hand gestures such as lifting a thumb or middle finger or using sign language. These types of body gestures are still verbal and direct in manner. Body language is usually taken as the subtle, unintentional, and indirect elements of interacting with our body. Even a thumbs up can be taken as sarcastic due to the correct grin. In reality, in the same sphere as body language, even some verbal communication is considered because how we say things is just as essential as what we do. Here, of course, there is a middle ground. Pointing your finger is a direct form of interaction, but it can also be involuntary, and finding out what our hands are doing is certainly essential to mastering the language of the body. Body language is reading our eye movements, posture, facial expressions, and how we move around to determine how to interpret what we say, and sometimes, when we don't speak, to interpret what an individual might think or feel. It's okay not to be nervous at an interview in your speech, but if you're shaking like you're having an earthquake, individuals will know you're putting it on and nerves will show. The issue of whether body language is deliberate or unintended is a very hard question to answer. There are only a few rare occasions to ruminate and observe what's happening, not just in the discussion, but what's happening outside and around you. Reactions happen almost unconsciously, and you'll often find yourself saying, "That wasn't what I meant to say." And in those cases, you might begin to deconstruct your thoughts to figure out what you thought at the time. Our body language appears to have even less input from our minds than this, which has resulted in some talking about a conscious and subconscious opinion. This kind of division is helpful to many motivational speakers because it is drastic and simplistic. Your body seems to be
Sample complete. Ready to continue?